It's been a very long time since the last time I made a full, complete ant update video of each and every ant colony that I have. And so, today, I am going to show you all of my ant colony. So be sure to sit back, relax, enjoy, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to watch until the end, because it will be a blast. First, let's begin with Odontomachus similimus trapjaw ants. So I just got them last week and made a complete video of them. So if you haven't watched that video yet, be sure to watch that video instead, because I'm not going to make any update on them. What? While the second colony that I'm going to talk about is my Marin O bicolor. So this colony is basically still very small, so I can't really make much of an update on them, because all that I do every week is just the weekly routine of giving them new food and also adding honey. And that's basically it. Next is my Harpignotus Benatar bounty hunters. A lot of you might be concerned about how's the queen now, ever since I removed her from the vivarium and no broods left. So how is she now? Actually, she's doing pretty fine. Still alive and kicking. That day, I even saw one white ball. I suppose it's a larva. But when I check it today, it's gone. Next is my ferocious red tropical fire ants. In my last Woody Friday video, I actually featured my friend's tarantula feeding, and his Solenopsis geminata escaped and actually killed 2 of his tarantulas. If you remember that this tube actually connects to a huge soil tub, I've decided to remove that soil tub because the ants didn't really use that as nesting space, and they collect the soil and pile it on this side, which makes it difficult for me to view them. And most of the ants are actually nesting in that nest instead of this one. This is actually the first nest, and there are no broods in it. Not a single brood. Until now, this Solenopsis geminata had been in a very manageable size. This colony is actually 18 months old. You might think, how on earth did I manage it so well in their population control? Well, actually, I did not control them. If you have followed my channel long enough, you might remember that in last October, this colony actually escaped from the ventilation hole, and the colony actually reduced a lot in number. And slowly, the colony grows back again. And after that, because there's once I forgot to close the lid properly, and they managed to escape again the second time. And that is why the number of workers in this colony is actually not very much, but at a very manageable size. It seems like ants escaping are a bad thing, but come to think of it, it seems like it is not that bad after all, because I believe that everything happens for a good reason, and that's exactly what my dad always did to me, for he has promised that all things happen for the good of those who love him. And his plan is to prosper us, not to harm us, and to give us a future. Next is my yellow crazy ant colony. I merged 2 colonies together, which is my 5 queen colony with my brother's 1 queen colony. And the workers fought. And now, the outworld looks exactly like a ghost town. I can barely see ants foraging. But what about the nest? It seems like all the ants are in the nest. The queen is still alive, but the water is nasty. and so I transfer them to a new test tube setup under the sun. There are springtails in the test tube as well, cleaning out all the nasty things that the ants had done, just as I expected and I wanted. While waiting for the 1 queen colony to move into a new test tube, let's look at the 5 queen test tube. All the queens are still in there. Can you see it? And also some of the ants are actually placing the broods under the test tube, which is in this area, because I usually just water the soil to maintain the humidity. But the good news is, I don't see any ants fighting each other anymore. So what do you think? Should I separate the 2 test tubes and turn it into 2 different colonies? Or should I just leave them so, just hoping that one day they will merge? What do you think? Please leave your thoughts by voting in the poll here. Next, we'll go to Eden, housing my Campanodus albosparsus colony. Now in the past, they are hiding all the time because of the Iraqis divas colony that overpowered them. So after moving the Iraqis divas away, they seems to be out more often, enjoying their honey, enjoying their meals, and not forgetting their housemates, the Tetramorium species. I usually see more of the Tetramorium ants in this vivarium compared to the Campanodus ants. I'm not sure why, but the Campanodus ants are still always hiding under the wood. Check out all those springtails and isopods. And definitely I'm gonna remove those snails again. Talking about the Iraqis divas colony, let's move to Yggdrasil and look at that ant. I mean ant, not jumping spider. Yup, that's the ant, Iraqis divas. Now the Iraqis genus has a very huge variety of species of ants. Some are tree dwellers, some are swimming ants, but this one specifically is actually a nest weaving ant, where they make their nest on trees by weaving leaves together with their larvae. They basically weave their nest everywhere, including this wood. And everything in Yggdrasil flourish, not just the ants, but also the plants. Just look at that Telangia, so beautiful. And when I say the ants flourish, I really mean it flourish. Just look at that extension. I got so excited because I have never noticed that this extension have reached the screen. They built their nest on the glass, and now I am able to get this view inside of the nest. So what's that one word that we can describe about this? Awesome! Finally, the Iridomyrmex bignale colony that I rehoused into the plaster formicarium. Well, if you notice that in my video, rehousing gone wrong, I actually forgot that this colony actually has strong mandibles where they can chew through the plaster and also clay, and so I moved them into the AntsD.I.Y pop and slot formicarium, and I give them a huge daiso tub as their outworld. But disaster came. The ants escaped from the tub. I've noticed that even with baby powder barrier and the tapping method, ants are still able to climb up this tub. Which means, guys, if you want to get daiso tub as outworld, don't even think about it. It's useless. Like the Good Shepherd, who has 100 sheep, and when one sheep is lost, that shepherd left 99 of his sheep in the sheep pen and went out on a journey to search for that one lost sheep. And when that shepherd found that one lost sheep, he is filled with joy. So at that moment, I literally forgot about all my other ant colonies. And when I found them under this pot, I was overjoyed as well. Like immediately, I just flipped the cover over and sweep all of them into their new outworld. Yes, I've replaced the outworld with another tub. So this colony is still very small. That's why they are only occupying in one corner of this formicarium. Can you find the queen? I'm sure it's obvious. And it seems like they prefer to nest in the tube more than in the formicarium, and I have no idea why. Hey, what you doing there? Well, good luck then. Aren't they cute? There are actually two of them here.
Oh, hey, you're still there. Great! Because I want to conclude this video by giving a huge shout out to the Antkeeper magazine. Because this magazine is so cool that it is full of information. A magazine for antkeepers by antkeepers, which means all these informations are actually by antkeepers and also people who actually done research on ants. And just look at that, all of the pages are color prints. And this is actually the fourth issue, and this fourth issue actually came with an A2 size ant poster. Just look at that. How awesome, how cool this picture is. And in the previous issue, the third issue, I actually wrote an article in it on how to prevent ants escape. If you haven't subscribed to Antkeeper magazine yet, do it now. It is only around €6. And that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's ant update video. All of my ant colonies, and be sure to hit that like button now and also subscribe to my channel. Do it now, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I wonder who wrote this article. Seems like very decent and very informative.